There is a belief, very old, very quiet, that certain lives are connected by a thread. This thread cannot be seen. It has no color. It has no sound. Yet it exists. It moves slowly through time, through memory, through dreams that appear at night and fade in the morning light. Some people feel it as a gentle pull in the chest. Others feel it as a soft sadness, without knowing why. This story follows that thread. Not quickly, not loudly, but with patience. In a small village, surrounded by mountains and forests, a young girl wakes to the sound of morning. Her name is Mitsuha. The village is called Itomori. It lies near a calm lake that reflects the sky like a mirror. The air feels old, as if it remembers many things. Time does not rush here. It waits. Mitsuha opens her eyes slowly. Birds sing outside. The wind moves gently through the trees. Everything feels familiar, almost too familiar. She sits up and looks around her room. The wooden walls, the simple furniture, the small window showing distant mountains. She has seen this view her whole life. Mitsuha lives with her grandmother and her younger sister. Her grandmother believes deeply in old traditions. She speaks of ancestors, of connections between people, of time flowing like a thread and forming knots. Mitsuha listens politely, but her mind drifts away. She helps at the family shrine. She learns rituals passed down through generations. She repeats gestures done for hundreds of years. There is beauty in them. There is meaning. Yet inside her, a quiet heaviness grows, as if her life has already been decided, as if the mountains are not only mountains, but walls. Sometimes she stands by the lake and looks at her reflection. She wonders who she might have been if she had been born elsewhere. At night, she watches the stars. She dreams of bright lights that never turn off. She dreams of Tokyo. Far away, in the heart of the city, a boy wakes to noise and movement. His name is Taki. Tokyo greets him every morning with sound. Trains passing. Cars stopping and starting. Voices mixing together. The city never sleeps. Taki lives in a small apartment with his father. The space is tight. The city feels close, almost pressing in. He checks the time as soon as he wakes. There is always somewhere to be. At school, Taki moves between classes and friends. He laughs. He talks. He argues about small things. After school, he works part-time at an Italian restaurant. The kitchen is hot, loud, always moving. Plates pass quickly from hand to hand. When he has time, Taki draws. He sketches buildings, streets, shapes that feel important to him. He dreams of becoming an architect. Yet even here, in the middle of the city, something feels missing. Sometimes When he stops walking for a moment, a strange feeling appears. A feeling of loss, as if something important has slipped away. He cannot explain it, but it stays with him. One morning, without warning, everything changes. Mitsuha wakes and feels immediately that something is wrong. The ceiling above her is unfamiliar. The light feels sharper. The air smells different. She sits up quickly. Her body feels heavy, different. She looks at her hands. They are larger than they should be. Her heart begins to race. She rushes to the mirror. The face looking back is not hers. It is a boy's face. At the same time, in the quiet village of Itomori, Taki wakes in confusion. The room is wooden, small. The air is cool, still. There is no sound of traffic. He moves slowly. His body feels lighter, smaller. He looks down. Understanding arrives like a shock. He is not himself. At first, both believe it must be a dream. Mitsuha closes her eyes, opens them again. Nothing changes. Taki pinches his arm. The pain is real. They move through the day in fear and confusion. Mitsuha, inside Taki's body, struggles in Tokyo. She nearly misses trains. She speaks strangely. People stare. Taki, inside Mitsuha's body, struggles in the village. He forgets polite words. He does not understand customs. People watch him in silence. When night comes, they fall asleep with heavy minds, hoping it will end. But it does not. The body changes happen again and again. Not every day, not in clear order. Slowly, they begin to accept the impossible. They leave messages for each other, notes on phones, words in notebooks. They set rules. Please be careful. Please do not ruin my life. They promise to respect each other. Something gentle begins to grow. Trust. Days continue to change without warning. Sometimes Mitsuha wakes as herself. Sometimes as Taki. Sometimes Taki wakes in the city. Sometimes in the village. There is no pattern. At first, fear controls everything. They move carefully, afraid of mistakes. Slowly, something else appears. Curiosity. Mitsuha begins to observe Tokyo. The streets that never end. Tall buildings like cliffs of glass and steel. People moving quickly, each on an invisible path. At first, the noise overwhelms her. Movement never stops. But with time, something changes. She feels excitement. She rides trains, watches the city pass through windows. She tastes food she has never eaten. When she laughs in Taki's voice, it surprises her. For the first time, she feels light. Toki, living in Mitsuha's body, discovers another rhythm. The village wakes slowly. People greet each other by name. The same faces appear every day. At first, Taki feels trapped. The silence feels heavy. But with time, the silence begins to speak. He walks forest paths. He hears only his own footsteps. The air feels open, clean. He spends time with Mitsuha's grandmother. She speaks calmly, without hurry. She talks about traditions, about memory, about time as a thread. She speaks of musubi, the way things connect, the way time ties itself into knots. Lives cross, separate, and cross again. Taki listens more than he speaks. Messages grow longer. Mitsuha writes about the city, the lights, the freedom. Taki writes about the village, the calm, the strength of old rituals. They also write about small things, what they ate, who made them smile. Slowly, they begin to know each other, not by faces, not by voices, but by thoughts. Rules become important. Please be kind to my friends. Please don't spend too much money. Please don't change my future. They try to respect them. Sometimes they fail. Sometimes they laugh later. Trust grows. Quietly, they begin to care. Mitsuha wants Taki to succeed. She encourages him. You draw well. Don't give up. Taki protects Mitsuha's world. He follows traditions. He speaks gently to her friends. Without realizing it, he becomes part of her life. They begin to miss each other, even when awake in their own bodies. Mitsuha checks her phone, feels disappointed when there is no message. Taki opens his notebook with the same feeling. The connection feels real. One evening, Mitsuha wakes in her own body. There is a festival. Lanterns glow in the night. Music fills the air. People gather by the lake. Mitsuha looks up. A comet shines in the sky. Bright, beautiful. Everyone is excited. But Mitsuha feels uneasy. A quiet fear settles in her chest. She writes to Taki. I don't know why, but the sky makes me sad. After that night, everything stops. The body changes end. Taki wakes as himself. Again and again. No messages arrive. Worry grows. He searches, calls, looks online. Then he finds the truth. The village of Itomori was destroyed 3 years ago. A comet fragment fell from the sky. The town disappeared. Many people died. Time feels broken. How could he speak with someone already gone? Yet he remembers her. Clearly. Her words. Her warmth. He refuses to let go. Taki travels to the countryside. Where the village once stood, there is only a lake. Still. Silent. He feels grief for a place he never knew. He meets Mitsuha's grandmother. She listens. She does not laugh. She does not doubt. She speaks again of Musubi. Time twists. Moments overlap. Lives reconnect. At the shrine, she speaks of the sake, a drink carrying memory, a bridge between times. Taki drinks. The world dissolves. Sound fades. The ground shifts. He wakes up. He is Mitsuha again. The village is alive. It is the day of the comet. Taki runs, warns people, begins the evacuation. Far away, Mitsuha wakes in Tokyo. She remembers everything. She looks at the sky, whispers his name. Twilight arrives. The space between day and night. On a mountain path, they meet, face to face. For the first time, they cry, they laugh, they hold hands. The moment is fragile. Time pulls them apart. Names fade. Memories slip. They promise to act, even without remembering why. The village is saved. Time moves forward. Years pass. Taki grows older. Still searching. Mitsuha moves to Tokyo, still missing something. They pass each other, again and again, until one winter day, on a staircase, they stop, turn, meet eyes. The city falls silent. I feel like I know you. So do I. What is your name? Taki. Mitsuha. The thread tightens. They walk on together. Some connections do not need explanation. They only need to be felt. The thread rests. Time flows on. The names remain.